The Howard Stern Show.
When you called me to do the eulogy at your mother's funeral,
Yes.
That was in keeping with Joan's wishes that she have a funeral. She wanted a grand procession. She wanted a big funeral.
Well, the truth is, she always said to me, for all her joking about that, she always said to me that if I spent one dime on a funeral, she would come back to haunt me. She would kill me.
But she also said that she wanted to go out in a big way, right?
Well, in her book, it was a joke. Her whole thing was, I'm dead. I'm gone. Don't waste money.
Right. And
which I then proceeded to do.
But you even hired a party planner to run that thing. It had to be. It was a huge undertaking, right?
Well, it wasn't a party planner.
Yeah, more event.
It wasn't even an event. We were very close with Preston Bailey.
Okay.
Who was a big event planner.
Right.
And Preston had been at the hospital and all that. And I just looked at him. I said, here's what I want. Here's the flowers I want. Just go.
Right.
And just I can't deal with this.
Right. You were upset and you said, I'm putting this in your hands.
But I decided everyone who spoke, the order of service, he knew exactly what I wanted.
So Joan never specifically said, if I die, I want Howard Stern to give my eulogy. It was more or less you said, hey, who are my mother's friends and people who were good to her, and I'll have them speak.
Well, and also people who I thought could bring a perspective.
Right, and I think I think you had a perfect. Not even including myself. I think Deborah Norville was really good. Mm-hmm. Her accountant was amazing, a brilliant sort of stroke of genius to have that. Yeah. And then I was very moved by Hugh Jackman singing, and then these guys, the New York Police Department bagpipe procession, and then going out into the street playing.
Well, she remembered that at Malcolm Forbes' funeral they had a lone bagpiper.
Right.
Playing Amazing Grace, leading everyone out of the funeral. And I remember her coming home and saying, she was like, okay, that was snappy. That was actually the word she was like, man, that was snappy. So I said to the rabbi,
yeah,
I want a bagpiper playing Amazing Grace. At which point, I'd already sent him into like twitching and nerves to start with what we were planning. And he kept saying, well, that's not really Jewish.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, Malcolm Forbes had it. She liked it. I don't care. I want it.
Right.
And then a friend of mine, one of my mom's best friends, is the one that snuck up with New York, which I didn't see coming, and that leveled me.
Yeah, that got me. I was really touched by all that.
You were amazing.
Thank you. I was, when you called me, I so wanted to say no, only because I did love Joan so much. But I felt this was such a responsibility, and I didn't want to screw it up for you. I said, if I get up there and mess this up.
You were perfect.
Well, that's why I came to you beforehand, because people said, the vagina stuff was a little strong for a funeral. I said, well, I did go to Melissa at the funeral and say, do you want me to do this?
Yeah.
And you were okay with it.
And it's the line that it set the tone.
Good. Listen,
people say that's so weird that a vagina joke sets the tone.
But it did.
That's Joan.
But
that's
it
perfect
gave us
Joan.
all permission to laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what the book did for me, which is I went home and I started writing, and it gave me permission to laugh again.
First of all, shame on you for putting me through that in front of all those people.
Oh, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I asked you to speak at the funeral.
Sarah Jessica Parker, Matthew Broderick, Charlie Rose, Diane Sawyer, Barbara Walters, Paul Schaefer, Donald Trump. I remember looking out at the audience. All I could see was Donald Trump. I focused on him. Thank God he was laughing when I said what I said. But what a crowd! What a tribute!
And I have to say, Donald loved your mother.
Yes.
And he honored her even after death.